Ladies and gentlemen, now we will proceed with our next session, which will be a panel discussion. Please welcome all our speakers and moderator. This panel discussion would be about how to attract international property buyers. Please welcome Mr. Clayton Wade, board member of FIABCI-Thai Pattaya, Mr.Yoshi Takita, FIABCI-Mongolia, Professor Dr. Eduardo G.Ong, Vice Chair of FIABCI Philippines, Dr.Om Rajbhandary, Executive Chairman of Brihat Group, Nepal, the moderator. Please everyone give us a round of applause, please.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning to everyone. Now we'll be having a session of very, very interesting. That is how to attract international property buyers in today's context. So, good morning and distinguished delegates, industry leaders, and friends from across the Asia-Pacific region. So real estate today is no longer local. The buyers are increasingly global, mobile, and digitally connected, and experience-driven too. Investors are comparing opportunities across countries not only on price, but also on trust, lifestyle, legal clarity, infrastructure, sustainability, and long-term value. In many parts of Asia-Pacific, we are witnessing rising cross-border investments driven by migration, education, retirement planning, tourism, remote work culture, and wealth diversification. So today's our session will be very, very interesting to explore in details the very challenging questions of today. How can we attract international property buyers in an increasingly global market? We have a very, very eminent speakers. We are very fortunate to learn from their years and years of experience. Everyone can talk for hours and hours, but due to the limitations of time, we need to very sort it out. And all the panelist speakers, they are so professional. They will give us very, very precise information what this hall is looking forward. So I would like to give a floor, all gentlemen, the industry leaders, professionals, educators. They have years and years experience on this platform. So I would like to request them to introduce themselves in a very precisely, because their profile is so long. If I start giving then whole of the sessions we can spend on that. So may I request my dear Professor Dr. Ong for your precise introduction.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Om. My namesake, Dr. Om, Dr. Ong. Same. Yes. Well, my name is Dr. G.Ong. I'm professor and dean of a university in real estate in the Philippines. I was the first chairman of the Philippine Regulatory Board of Real Estate Service that was in charge of licensing all the real estate practitioners in the Philippines. You can no longer practice real estate in the Philippines without a license. And that there is a law and you are going to be penalized with fines and also imprisonment. Well, in the academic side, I am in real estate management education, being a professor and a dean of a university doing real estate and business education. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for introduction. And my name is Yoshi Takita. Yoshi from Japan, but live and work in the United States, based in New York City. I'm a member of FIABCI-Mongolia. I'm a founding member and also board of director. So I wear two hats. One is FIABCI-Mongolia, and another one, I'm a part of a National Association of Realtors. I'm a chair for a Global Alliance Advisory Board for NAR. And then I'm pleased to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind introduction for all of us. My name is Clayton Wade. I've been in real estate 40 years. I've been in Thailand about 35, most of 35 years, and run my own companies on the Eastern Seaboard for 30 years. I'm a member of FIABCI and I'm a board member of FIABCI-Thai. I'm also a member of the National Association of Realtors. I'm a CIPS and also CIPS instructor. I also like to write and speak and teach. I just published an article in the Japan Times newspaper just a few weeks ago. I'm very, very happy to be here and proud to be a part of this esteemed panel.
Yeah. So I would like to request all the audience to give a big round of applause to all our panelists. So we have a very limitations of time. I would like to directly jump on the questions. So my first is that the audience wants to know about the what factors influence international buyers the most today. So,
all right. In the Philippines today, we all know that we are all experiencing global recession. We are not spared in the Philippines. Our energy and fuel kept on rising, and that affects also real estate. Although we believe in the Philippines that real estate is here to stay, real estate is what you call crisis-proof. We say to them, to our buyers, foreign buyers and also local buyers, that this is the opportune time to invest in the Philippine real estate market because properties are a little bit low and reasonable. And most importantly, I would assume that most of the developers in real estate are now giving what you call good prices, good package that you can use in order to buy. In other words, this is now, they give a lot of perks in the Philippines today, and that's why I always tell people whenever I speak in any other fora, I always tell them this is the time to purchase real estate in the Philippines. See, with our 7,200 islands, beautiful beaches, friendly people, I guess that this is the time to come to the Philippines and experience it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi. So there are different type of investors, but my clientele are individual investors. So the affordability is very important. So my hometown, the New York City, price point is average about $1.5 million. So if you come to this part of the countries, we can buy like 10 properties, price of one. Yeah. Right? So the affordability is very important, and the transparency is important. And the statistics or the numbers are very important to our buyers. And also, we need to have some excitement, opportunities. So you have to show the opportunities and excitement, and buying into, they're making a decision to buy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yep, please.
Thank you very much. Of course, always price and value is very important. And one of the first things that buyers, international buyers, are looking at. But also trust and transparency are also very important. And a cultural fit, how you are relating to your customer. These are very, very important. And as we develop more and more international purchasing and we see what's going on with the characteristics and characters of buyers, one thing I've noticed that's kind of interesting is price and value is one of the first things we think of when we want to purchase. But once we get into the nitty-gritty of purchasing properties, cultural fit and transparency and trust take a front row seat. So it's not always going to be the cheapest property they buy. A lot of the times it'll be the one that's the easiest and the safest.
Yeah, thank you very much for wonderful, insightful on the subject. That's what factors influence international buyers the most today. But I would like to summarize from all these three gentlemen is that today's buyer seems to be purchasing not just property. They are buying with the confidence, lifestyle, and long-term value investment too also. So am I right? Yep. So the second is we'd like to know about how important is digital marketing in global real estate sales. Professor Wong.
We all know that we are now in the era of digitalization, isn't it? Everybody now is paperless. We are now in a paperless economy. Even in real estate, it transformed from the ordinary using of papers, using of pamphlets, leaflets, brochures, not anymore. Mostly our real estate practitioners in the Philippines are more into digital imaging, using Facebook, Twitter, all of Instagram, and all of these things. It is important that we in the Philippines, we transform from a paperwork economy to a paperless transaction, paperless marketing. Although I say that in the steps in real estate marketing, we start first with what we call looking for properties from the developers, and then the looking for buyers or prospecting. And then if you're able to find one, then you can do the work of what we should do as a real estate practitioners. What do? We do negotiation. We do, and at the end of the day, we would look forward to the consummation and the closing of the sale. And so therefore, it is important that digitalization has a big part in the Philippine real estate scenario.
So about digital marketing, it's very, very important, especially people are looking at investment property overseas. So our first showing is via digital, either video or pictures, or virtual showing using like a Zoom or different tools. And that's our start. So this is a must that we have to use it.
Well, it should be obvious, but it's true. The overwhelming majority of people internationally start on the internet. That's where they begin their property search. And again, getting back to trust and transparency and cultural nuances, there's no better and quicker way that you can make yourself known to your customer than going digitally online.
Yeah, so please.
In the real estate process, the only thing that we cannot do digitalize, we cannot do online, is the documentation of the transaction. All right, because we need the personal signature of the buyer and the seller. Because although we have been slowly adapting to in our legal framework, but as of today, still, when the transaction is closed, then the two people or the two personalities, the buyer and the seller and the broker, must be together in person to sign personally the document so that it can be registered to government authorities, to the Register of Deeds, and to the other government instrumentalities for us to be legal and valid.
Okay, in the same case, I would like to add one more question. That is AI changing international buyer engagement, artificial intelligence?
Oh yes, AI plays a very important role in our real estate transactions. You know, it makes our life more easier, isn't it?
Yes, I think AI enhance our skills so we can do more businesses. So we have to really have to study and use it.
And it's such a pleasure to meet somebody that's smarter than you. It is amazing. AI today is absolutely amazing. You can put so much work together in literally seconds or minutes. And again, it allows you to be that friendly, nice to know agent that they want to meet.
So, for these questions, I think that we can conclude that we have an opinion that this going into the paperless, we discussed about the digital importance and the digital platform available in today's real estate, all these things. So if any international buyers wants to buy the property, before they board into the plane also, they will see the property by virtually. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
So this is what we'd like to conclude. Yeah, so now another very interesting, very important is that which countries are showing the strongest interest in overseas property, in your opinion?
All right.
Yeah.
So we entice, we encourage, we promote, we advertise the Philippines as a whole. In the 7,200 islands, then we are promoting this overseas because we believe that we are Filipinos and we believe that this is a haven for investors.
Okay.
And in the Philippines, if you are an investor, you can buy 40% of the total condominium units in a building.
Wow.
Because you cannot, the Philippine law specifies of a 60-40 ratio. 60% Filipinos and 40% foreign. So I think it's a very good, and also we have increased the lease, no? If you want to go a foreign investor, you want to go on a leasehold thing in the Philippines, then you have increased from 50 years to 99 years.
Wow, great.
I think each investors are different. Right? And so some people prefer to be in the European areas, and some people prefer to be in South America or Central America, or even North America. And some people like to be in this part of the world, Southeast Asia. Right? And if it's Europe, people are looking at Portugal and some Spain and Italy. They do offer golden visa program, meaning you can get type of like a green card, like permanent citizen, not citizen, it's a visa, right? And if it's like Central North America or South America, it's proximity to where I live, like New York City, and it's still affordable. So some people like to be there, especially like Yucatan Peninsula, like Cancun and Tulum areas, and still waterfront property. Probably you can buy 100,000, 150,000. It's very affordable. Yep.
Very.
And so it doesn't have to be this side of the world to buy such properties, right? And as far as Asian countries, I think Philippines. You know why? Because all the documentations are English, so easy for us, and the transaction flow is very similar to us in the United States, and people speak English, right? So, and then moreover, the foreigner, we can get financing from a PNB bank. I think this is very unique because I go to different countries. I go to Indonesia, I go to Malaysia, but they don't really, give us like a financing options. So either cash or cash, right? So if I go to like Philippines, go to PNB bank, as long as you have like a 20% down, then start getting finance. So I think people are looking at your part of the country. Yep. And that's, I think, my opinion.
So in my opinion, if you want to buy the property in Philippines, Dr. Ong will give you all the financial facility. Yeah, good to know. Okay, Mr.
And the
Clayton.
transaction can be done right now.
Digital signature. Yep.
The countries internationally that are buying the most properties overseas are the US, China, Canada, UK, and Hong Kong. Basically the Commonwealth countries, except I think, did America just leave the Commonwealth just recently? I heard something like this. I've been in Thailand a long time. These are the countries that buy the most properties overseas. These are the economic hubs of the world that are working the hardest, making the most money, and want to go somewhere else because of it. And I'm very happy to say that high on the list is Thailand and the Southeast Asia. And this is only going to continue for years to come as this is the Asian century, and the door is opening here in Southeast Asia. So look to see more and more buyers coming into our area.
Okay, I'd like to add one more questions on this that we'd like to know, in fact. After this Genji movement, because we recently have a Genji movement in Nepal, now it's spreading all over also. So are we seeing the younger investors in the property market?
Oh, yes. What is important is financial capacity, financial capability to purchase the property, either in cash or on installments. In the Philippines today, we have a lot of Gen Z, but mostly millennials doing purchasing house and lot. Their first home buyer they buy, and there are so many financial institutions and banks who are willing and able to provide financing on the houses, on the condominium, on the properties they want to buy. And that is very important. What I want to emphasize, Dr. Ong, is we have to educate not only the buyer, but also the seller, no? The developers and all the lot owners, etc. Real estate education is very important in this era of digital transformation. And that is why when I was talking to President Lily Chang, I remember I spoke with her a while ago, and I told her that we have been talking about Europe, we've been talking about the United States and North America, etc. But have we talked about Asia? Now that we have an Asian president, I think it is important for us to realize that Asia contributes, I think, third in the gross national product of every country. And therefore, it is important that we look at the Asian playbook, Asian for forecasts, and see that how can we do that? We can probably do education. I propose to Lily some sort of a training program for Asian, so that all of the 11 countries, we are now 11, including East Timor, 11 countries would know and exchange ideas on how we can do real estate in Asia. Lily Chang.
So
respond.
So President-elect for the FIABCI world, you have more responsibility that has been given by the Professor Ong.
Yeah, because in June,
real estate education.
In June, Lily Chang is going to be the next world president of FIABCI.
Let's
you want to hear
a big hand.
Big hand for Lily Chang. Respond, Lily. Okay.
So go back to the question, you're asking us like younger generation. Yeah, as long as they have enough good, financial capacity, why not? They can, going into property investment.
I had an interesting conversation just a little bit earlier here. A new friend from Canada that has children, and she really loves Canada, but she remarked that her children are interested in China and going back to their roots. And one thing about the youth today, because of the internet and digital communication, they know just about everything there is to know about all the countries, about the governments, what it's like to live there. And as soon as the news gets out about Asia and Southeast Asia, it becomes a very attractive destination. So I think this is something that we'll see more and more young people coming in and becoming part of the purchasing.
Yeah, so thank you very much. So what we'd like to conclude is that the cross-border investment is coming in this Asia-Pacific region, right? And all the young investors, they are also promising buyer for the futures. Yep, okay. So another is what makes two developer often went together targeting foreign buyers. So I'd like to repeat one more time. What mistakes do developers, yeah, do developers often make when targeting foreign buyers?
Well, I think one of the pitfalls of developers, I'm talking of the Filipino, is not being able to communicate and explain and elucidate all of the things that are needed in the country. It's very important if you invest in a country like the Philippines. You should know the laws. You should know the policies, and therefore so that you cannot be caught by surprise. And so therefore it is important that the developers should know, like in the Philippines, you always go out and market, but most importantly, we market to whom? We market to our overseas Filipino workers. We have over 3 million Filipino workers in all over the world. And we market them our low-cost housing, our condominium, and things like that. And other foreign buyers, they want to invest in the Philippines, we have to tell them. We have to tell them the laws. We have to tell them the rules and regulations that we have in the Philippines today.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, so I'm a broker myself. So as far as my point of view, maybe they didn't do enough research that what buyers or investors are looking for. So they probably, could be wrong locations, could be a wrong size, could be wrong price points, and wrong marketing, and yeah, right. And then the not favorable like a payment plan that can be a good, right.
Thank you. I agree about the marketing. What's the first thing people know about a developer is their marketing. That's how they meet the marketer. And a big mistake is having rather generic marketing, just like everybody else, as opposed to localized marketing. Whether you're localizing your market for your own people in your own area, or you're trying to appeal to people from another part of the world. Sometimes developers, for example, in Phuket, in Thailand, there's just tons and tons of Russian agents. I met a guy that's part of an organization. He said there was 1,000 Russian agents. So in that area, they might want to target Russian for their marketing. Also, when you think about how they do this, this also makes people aware of their savvy or how in touch they are with their product. If they're just kind of throwing it out there with everyday advertising as opposed to having very localized and slick advertising, it makes a huge difference. One thing I noticed, I recently spoke on branding and marketing in Asia, and one of the things that really stood out to me was Southeast Asia, and that's family branding. One of the really important things in branding properties for developers was showing a family relationship, advertising that you have multi-family properties, etc. So this is a very important thing. I've seen a couple different advertisements for developers in Southeast Asia where they didn't even mention house or show a picture of a condo unit. The entire advertisement was on the developer and how they are connected to their buyers. So this is very, very important.
So on this aspect, maybe how we can say that it's over-promising from the developer side. These are also cases that we have been
What's
observing.
actually happening now, I don't know, in the Philippines and also perhaps in Asia or all over the world, is there is an over promotion of a product when in fact when you see the product it's not.
Yeah.
When I see a development, for example, in the Philippines that is being over promoted, And when the buyers from abroad would like to see, nothing. See, it has to be, well, our government is trying to censor that kind of thing so that over-promising, just like what we're saying, is taboo in our real estate industry.
And for you, in my opinion, as being a realtor also, that what is the status of the after-sales services also from your point of view?
My experience, I think some of the developers, after they close the deal, they disappeared, right? That's why, we can come into the place that I can support
Okay,
whatever they needed.
very good. So, Mr. Clayton, we'd like to know that about the documentations and legal procedures for the foreign buyers. What should be there? What are the lackings from the developer side?
This is also a critical issue in meeting your buyer and bonding with your buyer. This is something that should be as early as possible developed into your marketing, whether it's visually or in dealing directly with buyers in the office. It's critically important.
Okay, so I'd like to request all the audience that you have been listening from all these prominent speakers. So if you have any questions or anything in your mind regarding beyond this question answer also with their expertise, you can give us a questions also. You can write it down here questions. So after this our sessions, then we can take the questions from the floor also. Okay. So regarding this issue, how we can conclude that international buyers may forgive delays, but they rarely forgive broken trust. Am I right? Yeah, mainly international buyers may forgive, yeah, delays of the buyer. Yeah, DLAY, yes, delays, yeah. But they are rarely forgive broken trust. They cannot, yeah, broken trust, right?
As I've said, in the Philippines, foreigners are allowed to buy up to the 40% of the entire units of the condominium. And the problem, as I surmise, as you have said, is documentation. All right, you mentioned about documentation. Because the title of the property is not yet transferred unless all of the payments, all the total purchase price is paid. What do? You have what you call execute a contract to sell, which sometimes is violated. See, if you are in a, I would like to specifically talk about condominium, okay? Because that is most foreign buyers are purchasing in the Philippines. In condo, 40% foreigner and 60% Filipinos. Now, the 40%, do they have a voice in the condominium structure? Yes. Do they own the property? They own the right to the unit, but not to the land. Not to the land. And what do they do? Who owns the land? The land is owned by the condominium corporation. It's a condo corporation composed of foreign and local buyers or owners, no, or condo owners. And all of these are in the Philippines. We have what you call the Department of Human Settlement and Urban Development that controls and supervises all of these condo projects. So therefore, if I'm a foreigner, can I move in? The answer is yes. For example, can I have my condo units leased or rented? The answer is yes. And you also need a property managers to do that particular transaction. So therefore, processing documentation, I said digitalized. It can be digital, no? But especially in the condo concept.
Yeah, thank you. So my next is, you can start. So how can trust and credibility be built with international client? Trust and credibility built with the international clients?
Okay. Most of all my clients are come from referral source, my referral network. People like yourself, you already know me, and we know each other, and we have trust between us, you and me, right? Right. So once you send referral coming from you, I earn already trust from you, right? So I already have a trust between the clients, you, it's like 3 triangles. Yes, broker to broker relationship. So that's how we earn trust, and that's the lead to successful closing.
Thank you. Being clear, responsive, and culturally aware. Remember that no matter what kind of properties you have to share with your clients, you're going to build their trust in you in the first 7 seconds. Okay? You've got that first 7 seconds to establish that trust. And that's when you show your clarity, your responsiveness, and that you're culturally aware of your client. It's extremely important.
One particular activity that I really look forward in any convention, especially the FIABCI convention, which I never fail to attend, is the what we call networking, meeting people, meeting prospective clients, prospective friends, prospective people who are interested in buying properties not only in your country or perhaps in that country. In another country, you might have some Filipinos who are interested. I know a lot because I am in the corporate ladder, no? And I know a lot of people who want to invest their money abroad. Where is the best place to go? Is it Bangkok, or is it Thailand, is it Singapore, or whatever? Then
you can think of Nepal too.
Yeah, or Nepal. I look forward to visiting Nepal soon, Dr. Om.
You are most welcome anytime. Even not only you, all the audience also. We'd like to greatly welcome you all.
Yeah, and that is why it is very important for me, this kind of activity, because I want to know all of you. I want to interact with you. I want to network with you. I want to do business with you. And in that case, then we will all be not only happy, but we will be wealthy. Isn't it?
Very good, very good, very good. Yeah, please.
The question again?
Question is trust. Yeah.
Trust.
And credibility, importance with the international clients.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I think trust is probably the keystone of your relationship, something that you should establish as quickly as possible and maintain it as you go along.
It's a relationship, so you have to build up.
So how do you see the importance of international certifications and affiliations like that we are here with the FIABCI events now? So what are the contributions of these trust and affiliations will help in real estate with the international property buyers?
Yes, if I don't trust you, I will not deal with you. And that is why it is very important. Like, I know, I develop friends in FIABCI, like Dr. Om, and yes, they're all my friends. And how do you know? Maybe one day, they have a client, they want to buy properties in the Philippines. Of course, who will they call? You call me, is it? And we will both share the bounty. We'll share the commission, isn't it? And that is very important. Trust and confidence to each other. That's why we are all realtors. We are all brokers. And I'm a broker. I'm an appraiser. And I'm also a real estate consultant in the Philippines. I want to know more. Maybe that is my hindsight of being an educator, also a real estate educator. I want to know more of what we have to say in this whole wide world.
So I think for this question, I'd like to add on. Okay, please. We are running out of time.
Okay. One thing I wanted to mention, for the new agents and people that are new to this industry, there's no better way of showing your credibility than the fact that you are a member of one of these organizations. This is a real quick way for you to start your road to credibility. Another one is as far as getting overseas and international customers and things, joining these organizations, FIABCI, and the NAR, National Association of Realtors. When you join these organizations, between the two of them, you have over 3 million co-agents. You are now, by becoming a member, you are a co-agent with every part of the world. So this is, I can't speak highly enough about being a part of these.
Sure. And you know, Yossi is very much well known in the National Association of Realtors.
Yeah.
In charge of so many countries, isn't it? And
So
I
let's
love,
give him a big clap.
yes. And I'm so happy to see I can't wait that Lily Chang become president in June. And so we expect a lot from her. It's Asian flavor now, really. And then I've been suggesting to her about training and development, about certification, about, like what we have in NAR, CIPS, Renee, so many. Now, probably we can have also in FIABCI world an Asian flavor on what we call training people to be responsible real estate practitioners.
Okay, thank you very much. So I would like to conclude that in today's global real estate, the trust is true currency. If I state these things, that everybody will agree, right? Am I right? Trust.
Yes.
Trust is true currency in today's global real estate market. Yeah. Thank you very much, all the panelists.
And I say that we are all lucky because of Dr. Supon.
Yeah.
And let's give Dr. Supon, and because he is always doing all of these things every year. And I believe that this can bring us all together.
Yeah.
So let us know each other, let us network with one another, and let us make friends. And at the end, we make money. Okay? Thank you so much.
Okay, so I request everyone for the questions, but due to we have a timeout, I request that if you have any questions, then you can give us and we can separately discuss all that questions.
Really?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, audience and all the panelists. It was a wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I say a couple words? Because my name been mentioned so many times. So I think I have to reflect, to them, for appreciate your mention. I'm the developer for 37 years. And if people knows me in Taiwan, I don't need to do advertisement. And every time I bought a piece of land, I have waiting list, Like if I would only have 200 units, but waiting list is more than thousands. And the reason is I don't do the advertisement. The reason is in the very beginning, I say the trust. When you say trust and relationship, I say for the things you can see, I do my best. For the things you cannot see, I do it sincerely. Okay, then that's for me to continually to carry my business for a long time until recently. I have the other new saying. I say love. That is why I've been elected. And 1 minute, like sharing my feeling. And I say I'm gonna bring the love and the sharing to our organization, FIABCI. And the love is 100% responsibility. And the love is, don't worry, we are always there for you. Okay, so that is a developer we offer our customer, and that's what I can continually to work on my road, okay? So thank you. Okay, we love FIABCI. Thank you so much for me to share this experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lily Chang, for this delightful speech, and all our speakers for their very interesting session. Now, Mrs. Patama Chantranagun, board members of FIABCI-Thai, would like to present token of recognitions to all our speakers and moderator.